House Flip with Chip and Joe is currently soft launched in Australia and New Zealand. We soft launched just before Christmas, which is very close to when we launched our Wefunder campaign. And soft launch meaning just like how restaurants have soft launches. So kind of in a safe environment, in a place where there's very low risk, where you kind of just bring in a small group of people, but the sample size is good enough to make sure that you have enough data to say, okay, this is what we should change and update, you know. So we've driven, I think, pretty close to 70,000 downloads, which is pretty decent for a small market like Australia and New Zealand. And we soft launched in those locations partially because we knew that there was a great alignment with the Western markets, but also because Chip and Joanna do have a presence there. It's also a pretty aggressive marketplace because a lot of game companies do soft launch in Australia and New Zealand. And so we're approaching, I think, the 6th or 7th month of soft launch now. And most games of our caliber usually soft launch for anywhere from like 12 to 18 months now. So we're about halfway through our soft launch. And we're probably going to have our global launch towards the fall of this year. So the game and what we want to capture, there is this kind of Americana that Chip and Joe represent. And so we want to kind of have our game have a presence in those countries where people want to experience that Americana. I think our strategy initially will be about really targeting the countries where Chip and Joe have a presence, and then beyond that, you know, we might be the spearhead for Chip and Joe in other emerging markets. A lot has obviously happened since the Wefunder campaign, even from launch until the point of close. The soft launch did so well that we kind of grew a lot of confidence that finding additional investors would become easier and easier. For us, we felt so much confidence that we decided to close the Wefunder campaign as fast as possible. Because we're like, you know, the money's gonna be there, let's get the capital, let's, you know, put it to good use and continue to grow the product, grow the team, and that's exactly what we did. The game has just gotten better and better. We make, you know, the amount of monetization that we're earning exceeds how much we spend. We've already proven out that we have a hit on our hands, which is great. And in that process, we've continued to build the team, added artists, and actually, most recently, we added an engineer who actually ran the engineering at Disney. So we've really just decided, you know, like not only because the soft launch did so well, and we know what kind of scale we're going to get with Chip and Joe, we want to do everything we can to prepare for an onslaught of players that are almost most certainly going to come into our game.